Good day and welcome to another interesting episode of the ObiDatti family program on ObiDatti Family TV. My name is P. Catch and I'm going to be your host today. Also in the studio with me are other ObiDatti crew members. I have right here with me Mr. Wisdom Uzoma.
Yeah, it's good to be
here. Looking very sharp.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we also have Loretta Egbo in the studio.
Hello everyone, good to have you.
Yes, and we have Joy as well.
Hello everyone, good to have you.
All right, as you already know, the ObiDatti family program is where you get the best updates on issues and matters surrounding our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, and of course, his running mate, Yusuf Datti. On today's episode of the program, we have a lot of news lined up for you, and we're going to be starting with the news around the oil theft in Nigeria. All right, so just recently, operatives of Tantita Security Services Limited, TSSL, owned by ex-militant leader government Ekpemukpolo alias Tompolo, have ambushed and arrested 8 members of a suspected crude oil syndicate while they were pumping crude oil from a Chevron Nigeria Limited pipeline in Delta State into an improvised 87-meter long ocean-going vessel that is MT Dino. At the time, Tantita operatives and Nigerian security officials swooped on the captain of the vessel, Captain Temple Manasseh from Bayelsa State, and 7 other suspects. They had pumped 605 cubic meters of crude oil into the vessel with 12 compartments from an illegal connection attached to a CNL crude pipeline between Abiteye community and Escravos in Warri South local government area. The vessel bore an International Maritime Organization number 7210526. At the time, it was apprehended in the Escravos River. Sources say the vessel arrested for oil bunkering in September 2021, but released probably after grazing some palms, had been frequenting Niger Delta and illegally loading crude oil from Nigeria to Ghana for many years. All right, this is coming just few months after Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, raised an alarm over the oil theft going on in the country. And he has said that it's the government that is involved in this oil theft and not just ordinary citizens. All right, as we have seen a cover for these oil thieves over time. From the recent revelations, it was discovered that this theft has been going on for over 9 years, especially the one that was just busted in Delta State just recently and is all over the news right now. So we have seen that this oil theft has been going on for quite a while and nothing has been done about it until this moment when Mr. Peter Obi raised an alarm over it and pointed accusing fingers at the government and said that they are the ones responsible, okay, and that they are involved in the oil theft. Guys, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I agree with him because when he's talked about the government being involved, when we talk about the government, we mean the totality. First, I must say, who is the petroleum minister? We all know is the president. And if the president being a petroleum minister and before him, under his nose, we have this kind of theft taking place, for me, he has failed. He has totally failed because it is his responsibility. He decided to make himself the petroleum minister. And such a thing is happening or has been happening for a very long time, you know, under his nose, and no one, if not that Peter Obi raised this alarm. It was, in fact, a very huge alarm. If not that he raised the alarm, we would have been the way we were, not knowing that millions, trillions of naira, millions of dollar, okay, is being lost every month from the oil theft. Now, good thing we have Tompolo, who you know, with his team, swung into action. He is a man of the area. He knows the nooks and cranny, of the whole area. You know, and remember there was a time he was the government, he had some issue with the government.
Yeah.
But fortunately, he went to the court, he won all those things.
Yeah.
And now he has been vindicated that those things, those charges were just mere accusations against him. But he is doing what he's doing now with the whole of his mind, because the people there are the ones suffering. His people are the ones suffering.
Exactly.
You know, most of them don't get employed, don't get anything. Their environment is being degraded because of the theft that is going on, spills and the rest of it. Because in the process of the theft, spills take place. The oil spill take place, and it degrades the environment there, pollutes it entirely. So good a thing he had to recruit a lot of locals. They are about 17,000. Yes, recruit them, and they are going to every nook and cranny to reveal what we were not able to see for so many years. Thank God we have P2B. Now, if P2B can do such a thing, know what is happening in the system already, okay? What will happen when he becomes the president of Nigeria? Because we have a president who doesn't know what is happening. We have, he is also the petroleum minister. He doesn't know what is happening. But you have someone who is not even in the government at all, but he knows what is happening. That was why he had to raise alarm. He raised the alarm. Look at what we are seeing today. Now, if he becomes the president, you know, we will know that that thing will be, the issue of oil theft and all this thing will be a thing of the past.
Exactly.
There are mechanized ways where you monitor the inflow and outflow of crude. If you go to Saudi Arabia, you will see what they do. They have a very big place where they monitor everything. Every drop of oil that comes into comes into their this thing, you know, and anyone that goes out, they monitor it properly, you know, and that is the kind of thing we need to be doing. As a member of the OPEC, it's the kind of thing, and the level we have gotten to, that is the kind of thing we need to be doing at the moment. All
right, Loretta, I believe that you have seen this story on the news lately. What do you have to say about this?
I'll really support the man Peter Obi for what he said. Before now, he has really been pointing accusing finger at the government. I've heard him say that the issue of oil theft is an organized crime.
Yes,
I've heard him say that. And from what you said this has been happening for the past 9 years, and if it has been happening for this long and yet nothing has been done about it, the people behind this have not been brought to book. It means those in leadership, they know, they are aware of what is actually happening. And it's really a sad thing that the leaders who are there, who are supposed to be fighting on how to make the country better, to bring the citizens out of poverty, and on how to make the country prosper, they are now the one who are spearheading all of this kind of illegal acts. It's heartbreaking. And we have seen a man who is not yet in government, yet he's attacking, or
he's aware of what is happening.
He knows what is happening. And before you can provide a solution to a problem, you have to know the problem and the whereabouts, the way about it. So we have seen that the man Peter Obi is aware of what is happening, and I believe he knows how to provide solution to this and to put an end to all of this issue.
Okay. Finally, I just want to point out that for a couple of months now, Nigeria hasn't been meeting up with the OPEC quota.
Yes.
We were supposed to be making up to 1.8 million barrels.
Over 1.8 million barrels per year.
Yeah, but we don't even meet up to half of that.
Yes.
Okay. And according to Mr. P2B's revelations, we have in the month of July alone, Nigeria lost about 1.4 trillion naira. About 1.4 trillion naira was lost in July alone from oil theft. Now imagine the amount of resources and money that this theft has deprived Nigeria.
Honestly.
Over the years. This has been happening for some years now. And nobody knew about it.
Yes.
Okay. But with the revelation from P2B now, the government had to, probably wake up or swing into action. I don't know what exactly they did, but they had to employ the services of an ex-militant in the person of government, Polo, popularly known as Tom Polo.
Yes.
Okay, who happens to be from the Niger Delta. He's like a chieftain. He's a high chief in the Niger Delta. So the government had to employ him and contracted him to, to have he has a Tantita, that the oil surveillance security firm. So they are now the ones monitoring the pipelines and looking out for places that they have tap-ins. So far, they've discovered, according to Tompolo, 58 tapping points.
Yes.
Imagine that. So on the major pipeline maybe of the NNPC, you now have other lines tapping from that's the oil theft now that we're talking about. And one, just like we started the story that we started with, they discovered one of those tapping lines, and they are now swinging into action, and everybody is now waking up to their responsibility. We just beg the government to desist from this corruption of the oil theft. Nigerians are now aware, and we want to see more revelations, more discoveries of these tappings, and we want this oil theft to be eradicated entirely. That is what we demand. That the oil theft be eradicated.
Sorry. Honestly, it's not just about eradicating it. Those responsible should be arrested. They should be prosecuted.
Exactly.
You don't just steal from the country. If I go outside to take Maggi from somewhere, they will call me a criminal. But someone who is taking oil, do you know what it means? Depriving over 200 million Nigerians their right to a better life. That's what they have done. And people will be talking about the government knows about it. For me, the military is part of the government. If the military, the Navy will sit down wherever they are and watch a vessel come to the sea, to our own territorial waters, and load crude and move, because they can't tell me they don't know. Before a ship comes to our territory, it has been sighted already. The custom will know about it. The Navy will know about it. Now, check the time it will take to load crude. Okay, after loading, some of the vessels take up to over 1 million barrels. Some of the vessels take over that. Now, the time it will take for it to be loaded and moved out, and nobody, are they trying to tell us that no one sees those things happening? Now, who are the ones that did those tap-ins? Who are the people? They must be traced. They must be arrested. They must be brought to book.
Yes.
That is when that is when we say that the country is a country. Thank God Peter Obi has seen this thing. He raised the alarm. And I have no doubt that once he becomes the president of Nigeria, these things will be solutions will be brought. In fact, from the confines of a system, people can comfortably see, yes, this oil has changed location from where it's supposed to be to the next place. And immediately they will go for it with the help of the necessary technologies that we believe is going to bring in. That's what we want. That is what it means that we are developing. Not sitting down, collecting money, doing unnecessary things. And let me tell you, Pikach, that is why most of them don't want him to come.
Exactly.
That is why they create a lot of tension, bring up a lot of stories and lies against him, so that he will not win. Because if he wins, their business will crash. Their market will spoil. So they don't want it. You understand? They don't want it. That is why they keep bringing on message. But the youths are aware, because we are the ones that feel the pains the most. Every youth must go, bring your voter's card, go and vote for Peter Obi. The students are at home ever since. Imagine what we lost in July, like you rightly said, over 1 trillion naira. If we had taken that one just for that month and given to ASU to settle everything about the academics that we've been complaining about, we will be where we are. But then calculate the trillions for the whole of the months and years this thing have been going on. I mean,
it's terrible. It's really terrible. We demand accountability from the government, and like I said earlier, we want to see more discoveries, and all these oil thieves should be brought to book. All right, we'll move on to our next story.
Yeah, the next story. They're talking about the PVC.
Yeah.
For me, I still want to acknowledge the youth. Please go and get your PVC. And the Lagosians, your PVCs are out already. Please go and pick your PVC. PVC collection is in process already. First batch is October. All PVC register from June 2021 to January 5th, 2022 are ready for collection. Visit your INEC local government area office to collect it. Then second batch, October, PVC register from January 16th to June 30th, 2022 will be ready for collection in October. Please get ready. Go get your PVC. Then third batch, November, PVC registered from July 2022 will be ready for collection in November. Please, Nigerians, let's get ready. Let's go get our PVC, please.
Okay, so the second batch is ready now. This is October.
Yes.
And so this is calling out to everyone that registered for PVCs from January 16th to June 30th. And I think that was when we saw the surge.
Yes.
That was when most people woke up from their slumber and we decided to go and register. So in case you registered from January 16th to June 30th, please go to the INEC office that is close to you and pick up your PVC. This is very important because this is the only tool that you have to vote out a bad government, and vote in a right person that's going to change the situation of the country, and that person is Mr. Peter Obi, as you already know. So this is how we're going to put Peter Obi on that seat. This is the ticket that we give to Peter Obi to Aso Rock your PVCs. Okay, so go pick them up at the nearest INEC office close to you.
Okay, there is a story that the supporters of the obedient movement in Nasarawa State were attacked, and Peter Obi has come online to condemn the attack on supporters in Nasarawa. So let me read. The presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, has condemned the attack on his supporters in Nasarawa State that led to serious bodily harm to Joshua Alamu. The attack took place on Saturday when supporters of Obi rallied in support of his presidential ambition. The Labour Party presidential candidate decried the attack, saying the Nigerian civil and political space must remain open for the Nigerian people to exercise their constitutional rights of freedom of assembly. So I think it's shameful that at this point in time when Nigerians are fighting for a better country, to make sure they elect someone they feel is better, best to lead them, that we still have some set of persons who would come and kick against such peaceful movements. We've had series of obedient movements all over the nation, and it has been peaceful. There has never been a report of chaos, protest, or something like that of such. So it's really sad that citizens of Nigeria could come to harm their fellow citizens who are trying to make sure they elect a leader who is better to lead them.
Yeah, this is really sad.
Honestly, it's very pathetic. We saw that happening in Lagos.
Yes.
Too. We experienced that in Lagos. I don't know why anyone would want to attack anyone for... We have the right to assemble, we can gather. It's a constitutional right as long as it's lawful. Saying I want to vote for Peter Obi should not result to anyone hitting me or trying to harm me. You can say you want to vote for anybody. It's not my business. On that day, we go out and do the business. We vote. Whoever wins, fine. So it's very pathetic. It's shameful. Honestly, it's really shameful. And whoever is doing such should desist from such acts, honestly.
I saw the pictures of the person that was brutally assaulted in Nasarawa State, blood all over his body and, bandages and all of that. I think it's really appalling that anyone would go out and attack obedience as the move. Okay, you are also free to support your own candidate and rally for your own candidate, but not attack another person because he's supporting his own candidate. I think it's really unlawful, and the security operatives should also look into this matter, because we're going to be having more rallies. This is a campaign season, and a lot of things are going to be happening. We need our security operatives to be up and doing,
yes,
and protect the citizens. That is what they have been employed to do, and that is what they signed up for. So please, we are begging that the security operatives should be up and doing, and should stand up to their responsibility and protect the citizens as this campaign season goes on. All right. Thank you very much, our viewers, for watching today's episode of the program. We hope that you had fun watching this and that you learned a thing or two watching this program. All right, so you can also make your comments about the topics that have been raised today. Every topic that we talked about, you can make your comments in the comment section. We'd like to know what you think about these topics. All right, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. My name is P-Catch, and I want to tell you to keep remaining obedient, okay? Don't ever fail. Don't ever fail in your resolve to be obedient and to support the movement. Bye for now.